I need y'all's help on building the ultimate what next list of things to do. So while we have the real viewers in the chat, before a bunch of fake fans come in here that come in here 30 minutes late, I need the real viewers, the real knowers, the people that are here right when we boot up to help me out with this before the trolls come in. I know you guys won't troll me because you're in here early, okay? And that's respect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my list. Now, what I want to do is I want to put a rating. First off, we need to come up with the things that I should do next. I need to cross off what I've already done, and then we need to come up with a list of what to do next. So guys, this was my original list of what I need to do. Sorry, it's kind of small, but it's a notepad in game, okay? We are now making ourselves a list of things to do and giving them a priority. Scale of 1 to 10. What next? Okay? So we have an on-stream and an off-stream. 94 Mage is done. Infernal Cape is done. Pharaoh Scepter is done. Diaries is pretty much done. I don't think we're doing the Huey Wand. We're getting rid of that. We have Trident. Obviously the raids. We got Fang already. We need the LB. We got the Avernic already. We don't really need the Rapier. TOB, we just need a Scythe. Cox, we need Dex Prayer, Tebow, Ancestral. Okay, so at the top of the list, I'm just crossing off things that I don't have yet. Dragon, Warhammer. Okay, so what are the two things I should be focusing on the most right now? I think Trident and Warhammer. Are you guys saying? Trident and Warhammer. Some of you guys are saying Bandos. Do you really need Dragon, Warhammer, and Bandos? Skip Bandos and go Yama. Skip Trident and get I. I think we're going to naturally get Trident by doing Slayer. If you ever want Torva, then you need to do Bandos anyway. All right, we're going to give everything... Okay, so let's say this. We have Trident, Dragon, Warhammer, Bandos. Then we have Doom for Treads. Doom is Treads, Gaunts, and I. Okay. I think Yama for Oathplate is up there. Bandos for gear and the BGS. Trident, Dragon, Warhammer. We'll get rid of this troll stuff. Offstream, we've already knocked off. We've already knocked out 93 crafting. We're never knocking off Get a Girlfriend, so let's just delete that. Offstream, 80 Prayer, we got that. Elite Void, we got that. Moon's Greenlog, we got that. 92 Mining, 95 Fletching. And what level smithing? What level smithing do I need for Amethyst Darts? Do you need smithing for Amethyst Darts? There's no smithing for darts. So am I done with smithing? At 84, am I done? Do I need smithing for anything? I can already do Amethyst Dart Tips at 89 crafting. I've already done Lumbridge Elite. We're done with Lumbridge Elite. I did 84 and boosted. All right, I think we're done with smithing. That makes me happy. So now it's 92 mining and 95 fletching for dragon darts. Okay, so we have our off-stream grinds here. Bows that I need. We have Scorching Bow, Blowpipe, a Ladle, Heavy Ballista we have. We already did the Quiver. Bonus stuff was Torture we got. SGS was bonus stuff. I'm just looking at these are all my old notes from what I had. We're never getting a Dark Bow. That doesn't matter, I don't think. Okay, so what next? I want to put these in order of the highest prio. I would say either Trident or I. So we have to do 95 Slayer. So to me, it's like you might as well do 95 Slayer, see if you get a Trident. And then if you get an eye from Doom, it's like, that's great. I need an Occult. Okay, Occult Necklace. Occult Neck and Trident is probably my biggest upgrades. You should aim for the eye. It's so much better. Okay. Then right now, we kind of need to decide, do I keep doing Slayer first, or do I greenlog Doom first? Or do I do a little bit of both? Because no matter what, I have to do both. Slayer for Occult. Oh yeah, medium clues, guys. Medium clues. Ranger boots. It has to be in there. Ayak is so much better than Trident. Dragon Warhammers isn't Slayer. Just alt them with somebody in the chat. I don't know how to dark mode this, guys. I'm sorry. We can set up shamans for you so they don't attack you. You just keep killing them. I don't know. They don't really seem that bad to just do it normally, guys. I don't know. I don't have a problem with it. Hunt electric imps off stream for on stream medium clues. I did get a medium clue, guys. I got a medium clue today from fishing Karambwans. I need to start my next AFK Karambwan cook real fast. I only have 300 more to cook. I just do like 1,000 at a time until it happens. I really want to do Yama Oathplate grind, but I can't do Yama Oathplate until I get another synapse for Emberlight. So that brings us back to Slayer. Slayer gives us the Trident, the Occult Neck, and the Dragon Warhammer if we get those tasks. So at this point, we either do Slayer into Yama or we Greenlog Doom first. I think Bandos is probably going to come later on after Oathplate. And then we'll do raids with the boys. And hopefully we just get some of these items as we're just playing the game. I would do Slayer and break it up with Doom and Yama. Well, we can't do Yama until, we can't do Yama yet. So right now it's just Slayer into Doom. So what if we did pretty much every day we did Slayer into Doom until we start getting stuff? Because we have to do both. And then eventually if we get another synapse, then we do Slayer into Yama. Kalo for Quiver I've already done, and Zuckhelm will come at the very end. These bows, I don't need any of those. Nox Halley definitely needs to be up here. But that's more Slayer. The Rygor Prayer we have. Blood Fury and SGS are kind of niche items. I think you could do most of the game without those. So if we have these items, these are like the core items for the rest of the game, right? You'll want Blood Fury for Blorva. We're 6 months away from Blorva, probably. Trident is not needed at all. It's a direct upgrade to what I have. Obviously, if we get the eye, we cross off Trident. Okay, Prims. We have Prims. Yama to 100 KC for Death Charge before Doom. Which is more Slayer. So hopefully we get... I don't really want to go to Yama again until I get... I know I could do it with Arclight, but I kind of want to get an Emberlight first. I already have a Blowpipe, so technically I don't need to do that. So I think the best strategy going forward is to do Slayer into some other type of bossing. And then off stream, I do mining and fletching, which I'll pretty much be doing Veil Totems to 95. I have a lot of banked XP. Fletching level banked currently is 90. I have 32,000 maple logs. And I think it might be higher than that if you did all Veil Totems. So we only really need to get to 91 fletching. And then we boost. As soon as we get 91 fletching, we boost +4. And we just make our dragon. So it's really just 91 fletching. Dragon fruit pies are pretty easy to get. We have dragon fruit pie and we have preserve. So yeah, we just need 91 fletching. And we basically have that banked. It'll take us a while to get there. And then my plan was to do AFK mining. Maybe sometime whenever OnlyFans happens later this year. Or I could AFK mine on my plane flight to and from Jagex. We can get like 16 hours of mining in. Maybe I can mine on the plane, or when I'm in the hotel room and stuff like that, we can AFK a lot. So I'll just try to level those two skills as much as possible. We do have a medium clue that we could do. I got one today. So we got to try to hopefully get ranger boots. That grind is going to be something. Yeah, I think that's probably the best plan. And then as many raids as possible. Do you really need a Venator bow? Or are these things up here more important? It's just quality of life. Okay, if it's just quality of life, we're not going to put it down for now. Vardorvis ring. You definitely want that, right? Eventually. That's Bis ring. So, but most of the time you have your light bearer on. So these are the 2 rings you want. Vardorvis and light bearer. Okay. I'm going to put Vardorvis down here with Torvagir at the bottom. Because that's when we'll be farming it later on. So here's kind of the order. These are all Slayer. These are all Slayer items. So we can honestly put these Nox Alley, Prims. I mean, there's also... What else is in Slayer? We have like Dragon Lance, Dragon Lance, the Pharaoh Gloves, Rancor. Jesus, there's so much gear from Slayer, guys. This is insane. Doom are the most efficient, immediate, and stacking upgrades for huge DPS increase, huge mage boost, huge DPS with threads, and all the boost solo. Zulrah, I have the blowpipe from Zulrah. The other stuff is good, but God, man, why is there so many items on Slayer? It's insane. I don't have the upgraded whip from Kraken either. So we would be... Doom should be next. Fang, Bofa, Ayak Rush meta. Okay. I feel like then what we will do is we will try to stick with the plan, do as much Slayer as possible, and then swap over to Doom to attempt to greenlog Doom. Because if I is the main thing we need from Doom and the treads go crazy, that could be sick. I feel like this is probably the best overall strategy we could have made. So the highest prio is going to be Slayer and Doom for now until we get another Synapse, and then we can start working in Yama. And if we burn out on Doom and Yama, we can start doing Bandos or learning Vardorvis to farm for the ring. Next is at the very end, and these are just raids, so I'll be doing raids sporadically every now and then too, with no real plan on like degenning a raid until we get something, just kind of like doing them 1 or 2 days a week. Sarah for ACB and next for ZCB. Oh, ZCB. Okay, that could be low prio. ACB, ZCB. So these are like the very last things. You need the Hosta. You need Zami for Hosta in order to get the Dragon Lance. And Zami is Kirill. Is it Kirill? Krill. Hosta. Krill like the fish. Okay. So Krill drops a Hosta. These are gonna be like endgame. These are probably the things I'll do last. Because these are just better. These things are good, but these are like the core of everything. And it's not saying that these things aren't good. It's saying that these things are better to get first. And we do also have this chart. I haven't looked at this chart in a while, but this chart says we did most of this, and then it says go Zulrah into Tormented Demons, then go straight into Yama. And then it says you can go from Gauntlet, you can go into Muspa. You can do the as soon as you get the Bofa, you can do God Wars. Then you go into Leviathan dungeons. How do you move around here? Then you go into the raids. Biscapes, we got both of those. Skilling. Slayer, it has all the Slayer bosses over here. There's so much stuff that you get from Slayer. I think we got most of it. Do you ever use these upgraded rings? This Venator ring or this Bellator ring? Are those any good? Or are those things ass? Those are pretty good. Bellator's good. Ultra situational. So the Venator ring is the giga ass one. And the Magus ring too. So Ultor is just gigabis. All right. I'm not worried about those other rings. We could probably... What I'm looking for, guys, I'm looking to get the gear that will help me get a Zuckhelm. So if Zuckhelm is the goal, I'm looking to get the gear that will help me get there the quickest, I guess. So that'll probably be Mega Rares and ZCB. Do I need a Void Waker? That's a good one. What is the name of the boss that drops Void Waker? Wildy bosses Void Waker. I don't know if I need that, but I'll write it down. Need 3 pieces from 3 different bosses. So that would be an off-stream grind, huh? I'll put that down here. I think that's something that will just be kind of later on as well. I just ate one of my Karam ones. Great. Okay. I'm pretty happy with this list. I think that this list is probably... Seems like most people agree with this stuff first, which is just more Slayer and Doom and Yama and Bandos, which is why I have Bandos kind of down here, but the BGS is really nice. Is there anything else? Elite Lumbridge, I already got that. I finished that one. People are saying the Karend Elite. Oh, that's 95 Slayer. We're working on that now, but 90 Woodcutting would be annoying. What do you get from Karend Elite? You get Rada's Blessing, rank 4. +2 prayer bonus. 10% increased chance of obtaining higher ores in the blast mine. 10% additional blood runes from blood rune crafting. I'm not planning on doing 10 levels of fishing anytime soon. I guess technically 8 levels of fishing. And I'm not planning on doing 18 levels of woodcutting anytime soon. And 95 Slayer is going to take me at least a month. So that's not worth it for me. All right, I think we're done with diaries. You need Armadillo armor from Missouri F. I'm not even going for CAs right now. I'm just focusing on gear because CAs are way easier once you have gear. So if you're min-maxing the amount of time it's going to take you to achieve your goal, you would get gear first. Then you kind of go back and do CAs after. You don't need Missouri until Tebow. We haven't started thinking about the heart grind yet. I'm really far away from CAs anyway. We need 500 more points. Have you done Serb yet? I don't think I can do that. I don't think I'm high enough Slayer for that yet. All right, boys. Good job. I think we have our plan. Now it's time to execute.